Taking a look at today's interest rate markets, let's look at the 10-year note futures as they're experiencing further selling pressure today. We're seeing them down now for a third consecutive session, and today's price action has now pushed them into the 118 handle. 118.30 currently is where the futures market is, and that's basically the lows of the session, and that's also the lows for the contract, and also multi-year lows when you look at the price action, not only in the 10-year, but also we're seeing it on other durations today as well. So selling pressure continues to persist in the treasury markets, as today we did get some further narratives or themes from a couple of Fed officials indicating that the potential for to go above the neutral point if deemed necessary for at least a short period of time. So that caused some further selling pressure. Also, it was floated that the potential for a 75 basis point hike at one meeting is something that is not outside the realm of possibilities if the Fed deems that necessary. So those are definitely, again, continuing to maintain that hawkish tone that the Fed has been delivering here for the last couple of months. Also, globally, we continue to see central banks indicating the need to continue to tighten as well to combat the inflationary environment that they're dealing with. So looking at today's price action, we are looking at a yield now of 293 basis points for the 10-year yield. That's up 7 basis points today. So we're creeping back up towards that 3% level. It has not been there for several years. So again, I think a lot of market participants are keeping an eye on that. Just from a psychological standpoint, if we do see the yields continue to move higher, then the 10-year would enter that 3% realm fairly quickly here. Also, looking at the yield curve today, we are seeing it flatten somewhat today. So you're seeing the front of the curve actually selling off more so than the back end of the curve, particularly when you look at the 2s through 7s. We're seeing a significant selling pressure there, pushing those yields higher today. In the case of the 2s and the 3s, maybe even the 5s, I think we're seeing them up about 11 basis points today, and then it starts to taper off as we move towards the back end of the curve. But the entire yield curve has shifted higher, but it's also flattened today when you look at the 10s up 7 basis points all the way out to the 30s, which are up 6 basis points. So once again, selling pressure, 10-year note futures now trading in the 118 handle.